Today I want to talk about David Benavidez and his statements after defeating Demetrius Andre. Benavidez said point blank, after beating Andre, he said, if I can't get Canelo, then I'll fight Bertabia. He said, if I cannot get Canelo Alvarez, I'll move up to light heavyweight and fight Artur Bertabia. Now, you all know that I'm very in favor of Benavidez's style, his aggression, his power. You all know that I think he's a generational talent. I think that David Benavidez has the most potential out of any boxer alive today because of his natural gifts along with his physical frame. This is a man that could potentially fight at cruiserweight one day. And if they was to put him on that shit, he could probably fight at heavyweight one day. We don't know. Hey, Black, thanks for jumping in here and liking the live immediately, man. That's what it's like when somebody really fuck with your content and they're really trying to push you. I appreciate that. Now, NBA 2K24 just came up to join. But this is what I'm talking about right here. I think that David Benavidez, I think he will lose to Bertabia. I think that Bertabia's power is different and it's extremely underrated. I think Bertabia, pound for pound, hits harder than Deontay Wilder and Tank Davis. He has a 100% knockout ratio. 100%. And he has a very deep amateur pedigree. So I think Benavidez, I think he will beat Bivol. I think he would step on Canelo, but I think that Bertabia will be biting off a little bit more than you could chew. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. But Benavidez, out of his own mouth, he said that Bertabia leaves his body open. He said he leaves himself exposed, but they both do that. And he also said that he knows Bertabia's weakness. So he's been watching Bertabia. This is somebody that he's been thinking about. So yeah. Hey, Giver, thanks for liking the live. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this man in the chat. Make sure y'all tapping that screen. But today we're not going to necessarily talk about Benavidez and Canelo. I think we all know how that fight is going to go. I think Canelo knows how that fight is going to go. But Benavidez said, fuck it. I'm not waiting around too much longer at 168. If he can't get the Canelo fight, he's going to move up. And it's going to be great for boxing. Going to be him versus Bivol, him versus Bertabia. I think he will beat Bivol. Bivol is actually smaller than Benavidez. If you look at the picture of them standing next to each other, and I might have to go do a TikTok video on this, but if you look at the picture of Bivol and Benavidez standing next to each other, Bivol is smaller than Benavidez. So I think Benavidez, man, his size, his ability to throw fast punches, his ability to take a punch, and then Bivol not being a knockout artist or not having a lot of power to stop his opponents recently, I think Benavidez has a very good chance of beating Bivol. I want to see Benavidez versus Morrell. Yeah, but they're not going to fight Morrell. They got bigger and better things. Morrell has to put in more work. Morrell has like 8 professional fights. You understand what I'm saying? So Morrell has to put in more work. And Morrell could follow Benavidez up to like heavyweight in, 3 or 4 years. They're both in their 20s. So Morrell, he got more work. Unless Benavidez want to do some crazy shit and fight him right now just to show the world, look, he can't fuck with me. Because some guys do that sometimes. Some guys will fight somebody just to shut them up. But that's very, very rare. What's up, State of Boxing? Hey, if y'all in here, make sure y'all tapping the screen, man. I appreciate it. Everybody that's liking the live, I appreciate it. Benavidez is scared of KSI. Okay, that's a joke comment. Bivol's levels above Benavidez. Why do you say so, Angelo? What's up, Can Ben? Why do you say so? Why do you think Bivol is levels above Benavidez? I don't think so. The way that Bivol was talking when he finished sparring with Benavidez, it didn't sound like he was levels above him. All he had was praise for Benavidez. All he had was good things to say about Benavidez. If I be a better man, Benavidez beat that ass in sparring. But sparring doesn't necessarily reflect how a fight will go. I'm going to say that. Morrell's nice. His last fight was the first time I saw him. His last fight was against an old man. You know that, right? His last fight was against an old man, a journeyman. It wasn't like he fought anybody. Morrell has a lot of skill, though. I like the way he fights. I like his footwork. I like the angles he does. I like the way that he'll pause in between shots, like try to set shit up. He has traps. Very tall fighter, very lengthy fighter. For David Morrell to be that big, he has very great feet. He has feet like he was a lightweight or something. Very good balance. Very good balance. It's sad we are never going to get to see Canelo versus Benavidez. It's sad, but at the end of the day, we had to blame Canelo for that. Canelo doesn't want to fight, and his fans as well. his fans don't want the fight because they want to protect their idea of Canelo. Everybody that's been tapping the screen like in a live, thank you. Much love, man. I think Bivol has a lot more tools. David just more aggressive, maybe a little faster, better combos. The thing is this: boxing in all sports, you can have a lot of tools. You can be a technician. You can have a deep ass bag, right? But it's about your unstoppable moves. It's about the moves that give you an advantage. Sometimes those moves express themselves in a physical attribute. David is bigger than these guys. He's bigger than Bivol. His size is an advantage. You know what I mean? It gives him an edge. David can absorb a lot of punches. He's very aggressive. That's his advantage. So Bill was gonna have to really use his footwork in order to have a chance against David Benavidez. Who you got tonight? Jaime Munguia or John Ryder? I got Munguia. Hey, thanks, Ray Rhythms. I don't know if David taking Canelo shots like Bivol did. Plus, Bivol isn't crazy on defense. Why wouldn't David take Canelo shots like Bivol and David is bigger than Bivol? Bivol was able to put his hands up at different times throughout the fight and sit there and trade blow for blow with Canelo in the middle of the ring, toe to toe, blow for blow. Why wouldn't Benavidez be able to do that and he's bigger than Bivol? Like, y'all not making sense. Y'all just listen. At the end of the day, we're probably never going to see Canelo versus Benavidez. It's fine. Every live you talk about Canelo. Actually, I started. Hey, Ray Rhythms, thanks for sending those boxing gloves. I appreciate it. I started this live out talking about Benavidez and Bertabia. The Canelo fans, they brought up Canelo. I know a boxer that said the fights are fixed. Yeah, a lot of fights are fixed, but it's been like that. It's been like that since the fifth. It's been like that since pretty much after Jack Johnson did what he did. They wanted to make sure that a lot of fights was fixed. So it's been like that going back into like the 1930s. The only way that you could stop, like as a boxer, to unfix fights, you have to be the other promoters. Both promoters have to have a lot of power. Like when Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fought, that wasn't a fixed fight. Hey, Ray Rhythms, thanks for the mic. I appreciate that. When Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fought, that wasn't a fixed fight. You know why? Both guys had a bunch of power. Both guys had a bunch of power, meaning their promotional teams were powerful. They had a powerful presence in the media. They had a powerful resume and shit like that. So the more powerful that both guys are when they get in the ring, the less likely that the fight will be fixed. Sometimes it still can be fixed. I mean, not fixed, but someone can still try to cheat. But when you have a guy who doesn't have a big name, like Ismael Barroso, he had no promotional power behind him. He had really no name for himself behind him. So fight was fixed between him and Rolly. You understand? So in order for you not to get cheated in boxing, you have to give them a reason not to cheat you. What is the reason? This right here. Hey, what's up, Zeke?
Yo, what's up, KJ?
This live, I'm talking about Benavidez statements. He said if he can't get Canelo, he'll be moving up to fight Bertabiev at 175. And that would also mean that he'd be fighting Bivol and shit. So basically, if he can't get Canelo, he's going to be moving up. Do you think he could beat Bertabiev? And if so, why? State of Boxing. Thanks for the gifts, man. Anybody that's sending gifts and tapping the screen, go ahead, Zeke.
I personally do. I think he can beat Bertabiev. I just think he's going to be the most skilled boxer that Bertabiev has ever faced. And I don't honestly blame him for moving up because shout out to Benavidez. I really think he's going after the toughest opponents he could possibly face. And he's really trying to create his own legacy.
All right, Zayd is a fraud. What's up, man? And what do you think? Do you think Benavidez could beat Canelo?
I don't know, because Canelo, he was looking really
I
good with
mean,
that chest tape last
not
time.
Canelo. Sorry, Bertabiev. My bad, my bad. Do you think Benavidez could beat Bertabiev?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, because with like Canelo, you have fights that go for like the whole 12 rounds, so you know how his style is going to be every time, no matter where it goes. But with Berta he's just kind of like just dusting dudes, so it's hard to say this is going to be his weak point or whatever.
Personally, I think I think Benavidez will probably end up losing to Bertabiev because I think Bertabiev is the hardest hitter pound for pound in the world.
Yeah, you can't play with this dude.
Shit.
I saw videos of him doing all kind of weightlifting, like power cleans and bench, and he's like, he could for real do that competitively if he wanted to. He's a very like raw physical specimen.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Man. Like it's people that think that he's on something. Like that man is like he looks like a Terminator, man. But hey Zay, when you're not talking, do me a favor and mute your mic whenever you're not talking, and then unmute it if you want to say something because you got something like typing in the background.
Oh yeah, I got you. My bad.
No, you good. Hey NBA 2K, what's up, man? Go ahead and share your perspective.
I think Bertrand B might be David Benavidez. I don't know if Benavidez ready for a fight with him, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
I don't know. Can he take that power? Because them Russians, they be working out, man. They be doing all type of crazy shit.
They're very dedicated, and some people said that they might be on something as well. So all I know is you can't play around with the Russians, whether it's in boxing or MMA. They're very dominant when it comes to this combat sports shit. Benavidez said that he will fight Bertabiev, but he also said that he wants to get a tune-up fight before fighting Bertabiev just to get used to the weight class 170 because guys hit different at 175. Go ask Canelo. When Canelo felt Bibble's shit, he was like damn, like it's different.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Why wasn't Canelo's fight up Bertabiev? Because Bertabiev's at 170, right?
No, Canelo would never do that. That's no. Listen, Canelo is an all-time great, but it would have been silly. The only reason Benavidez could go up to fight to challenge Bertabiev is because Benavidez really should be fighting at light heavyweight. Canelo is too small to be fighting at light heavyweight. That's why I believe the Kovalev fight was fixed. When you look at the way that Kovalev fell, but also the way that Canelo couldn't even affect Bivol with his power, that lets you know that he's too small for the weight class. He's too short, arms too short, and really he's an undersized super middleweight. To be honest with you. So he can never fight Bertabiev. He would probably get hospitalized.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't even have like one hitter quitter power at his main weight class. Like if you saw the knee, what was the guy? He was like pound for pound like top five, and he was taking knees, but like they were very clearly like I'm gonna just wait these 10 seconds out type knees, and not like ugh.
Yeah, a lot of Canelo recent fights. Hey Zay, make sure you mute your mic when you're done talking. But a lot of Canelo recent fights, he's not really stopping dudes. Canelo's best stoppages are against guys who are smaller than him. Like Amir Khan is one of his most devastating knockouts. Amir Khan was smaller than him. Now I do give Canelo credit for the Billy Joe Saunders when he broke that man's eye socket. Um, that was miraculous. That was an amazing stoppage. But usually, if Canelo is fighting somebody within his own weight class, he's not going to get the stoppage as of late. Like John Ryder, he was supposed to stop Ryder. He knocked him down twice, but he couldn't really get the stoppage. He looked a little bit tired as well. So this is not the Canelo of old, and he couldn't stop Jermell Charlo, who another man jumping up 2 weight classes. So it's like his power is great, but his power isn't super. It's not something where he can go up to light heavyweight and really affect these guys. And that's why I don't think that Canelo will ever mention the name of Bertabiev. I think it would be a horrible decision because Bertabiev, he will be bigger, just like Bivol is bigger, but he's one of the hardest hitters in the world, if not the hardest. He has a 100% knockout ratio. Canelo will potentially get slept, not just knocked down, not just stopped, not a corner stoppage. He'll probably be knocked out, and no one has ever seen that, and nobody really wants to see that when you're talking about boxing fans, the Mexican fans. They don't want to see that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a crazy problem in combat sports in general. You have guys that call themselves fighters, but I myself have had people duck me. I know people who get ducked at my gym. I know pros at the gym who get ducked. It's like, what is all this? We're fighters, but we're like selectively choosing who we want to fight. Like this is
It's
kind of
always been like that at the highest level of the sport. So I feel what you're saying, man. And shout out to you for being a actual participant in this shit. I'm a participant as well. I'm amateur. I'm looking to go pro next year, but shout out to you for actually being a participant, so you could feel some of the pain and the grind and the hard work. And for people who don't participate, your opinions are always welcomed as well. I don't really shit on anybody for not being a fighter or nothing like that, but shout out to Zayd for doing it and talking about it. But I'm gonna break it down to y'all how boxing goes. At the top level, you have guys that push media narratives because that's where the money is brought in. The money is brought in based off the storyline. So when a man makes it to a certain level in boxing or MMA, but especially boxing, because Dana White, he has a monopoly over MMA. He can make those guys fight whenever, and since he's the only one really with the largest platform in the MMA world, he could rebuild a guy even if a guy got beat bad. In boxing, is different. You have different sanctioning bodies battling for supremacy, and you have different guys who have more powerful names and fan bases, guys who are actually pushing the sport monetarily. So when one of those guys loses, it's in another promotional company's best interest to really shit on that guy and put him in a negative light because they don't want him to be taking away money from their promotional company. So a lot of guys, they can't afford losses. They can't afford to look bad. And that's why in boxing, the best aren't fighting the best. And there's a lot of guys who are very, very good, but they're not even going to get a shot because early in their career, they're going to get robbed over and over to make them look like they can't fight towards the public. So what it does, it discredits them like, oh, this guy's record is 12-5. Oh, he probably sucks. But really, he could have got robbed for all 5 of those fights. But he doesn't have a promoter behind him, so ain't nobody fucking with that. And that's just how the game is right now. But that's how the game has been for a long. Going back to Sugar Ray Robinson, a lot of Sugar Ray Robinson, his fights weren't necessarily fixed, but there was a lot of talent out there that he avoided, and he admitted to avoiding a lot of guys. And the mob that was backing him, they allowed it because they wanted Sugar Ray to keep making money for everybody and knocking out, decent challengers. But they didn't want him to be getting inside of fights like when he fought Randy Turpin the first time and losing back to back to back. Because there were guys out there who could beat Sugar Ray. You
Yeah,
5'7"?
just
I'm not
sorry.
5'7". Go ahead, Zay. Go ahead.
Yeah, just to speak on your point, a fight seller is ultimately just a good storyteller. Like if you see a really tall dude and a short, fat dude like fight at the basketball court, that's cool, whatever. But Dana White spins it into greatest talent to ever grace the UFC versus a heavyweight Olympian wrestler who's coming down. Like now that shit actually sounds interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
But Dana has a monopoly as well, so he could rebuild guys. Like he's the one. Like he can make sure that you could lose 3 times in a row. He could rebuild you up into a champion and make sure that the media doesn't really bash you for when you lose. He could force the media and the fans to respect the fighters. And boxing is not as organized like that. It's not a monopoly. There's different sanctioning bodies. There's different promoters. They're all battling it out. And as soon as one guy falls from grace, they're already putting people in place in the media to talk shit on that guy to try to take away from his earning potential. Because at the end of the day, if we take money away from him, that's more money for us.
In boxing, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Facts.
Like, if you avoid fighting a fighter for a certain amount of time, say, oh, he's a duck. What's he doing? He's not that good. But when even if he takes that chance, he does good, but he loses, people are going to say, oh, he was never worth shit.
And the only
That's why
reason,
so many people are getting turned off boxing.
right? But then the only reason why they only do that to guys who, number one, they do that a lot to black fighters, but number two, they do that to fighters who aren't making that much money. So like Canelo, when he went up and lost to Bibble, his fans, nobody really gave him a big hullabaloo about it. Canelo, when he spent 4 years not fighting David Benavidez, no one has really put pressure on him about this shit. But there's other fighters, like, I'll give you an example. Floyd, if Floyd took too long to make a fight happen, that's all you heard about. He's ducking, ducking, ducking.
Mm.
Floyd's whole career, even after he fought Pacquiao, they said, well, you didn't fight him in his prime. So people pick and choose who they want to like and who they want to hate. And a lot of the times it's the black fighters, but it could even happen to a white fighter if he doesn't have a big promoter. Like it was a guy named Rosenberger, right? He fought Nico Ali, the grandson of Muhammad Ali. He beat
Oh, yeah,
Nico
that's right.
Ali, but he got robbed. And this
But,
is the white dude.
but
They robbed this man because they was like, well, your last name isn't Ali. You're not bringing in no money. This man Nico, he
well,
can't fight, but his last name is Ali. People are coming to see him fight, so we
well,
can't allow
actually,
you to beat him.
on Nico, well, there would be some validity to that, but Nico got beat in one of his last 2 fights, and
Yeah,
that guy
he
didn't
got beat
make
in
so
his
much
last
money
fight.
either.
I watched that fight, but the thing is this: they can't because at the end of the day, there's no point in them making Nico win a bunch of fights back to back to back. So it's called a gift decision. You may get 1 to 2 gift decisions, right? But if you've never been a world champion, if you've never accomplished anything, they can't allow you to get beat up over and over and over and then still give you the damn victory. It's not going to be believable. But Rosenberger was robbed. The next fight, the dude, not only did he beat Nico, but he was talking to the crowd. He looked comfortable. He looked like somebody that they could market. He was talking to fucking Timothy Bradley mid-fight. And that's a turn on to the fans. That's a turn on to the judges because they're like, whoa, maybe this dude has something. Maybe we got to let go of the Nico project. So you could come and you could steal somebody's shine, but a lot of guys they're not gonna have the charisma to do that. They just show up to box.
Yeah. Well, another thing I was just thinking about, you mentioned Sugar Ray Robinson before, how he fought a lot of great fighters, but there were some that he avoided. That made me
He
think of
avoided a
another
lot
Sugar
of
Ray,
a
Sugar Ray
lot of
Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard. Like, yeah, everyone knows Sugar Ray Leonard fought on a lot of the great fighters division era, Tommy Hearns,
No,
Roberto
I was talking
Duran,
about
Martin
Robinson, man. I
Hagler.
said Sugar Ray
But
Robinson.
I know, yeah, but that reminded me of like Sugar Ray Leonard because yeah, he did fight all the great fighters of his generation, but and I mean in the later part of Ray's career, there were some fighters that he avoided. Like I'm forgetting some of the names like that were at middleweight. Uh I forgot their names, but there were
I'll give
some
you one
fighters
big
that he
name.
picked
He
and
avoided
chose.
Marvin Hagler for most of his career, and he also
Yeah.
avoided Aaron Pryor. Aaron Pryor wasn't a
Oh,
middleweight,
yeah.
but Aaron
Yeah,
Pryor
Aaron
was
Pryor.
welterweight. He
Junior.
avoided Aaron Pryor. He avoided
He was
Marvin Hagler.
junior.
He fought Marvin Hagler at the last minute.
Until he
What
was
is
junior welterweight.
Mm-hmm.
where
I
does he
think
rank with the greats of that era?
Who?
Sugar Ray, because I know he went
You talking about Leonard or Robinson?
Leonard, because he said he himself said he went 1-1 with Hearns, even though the second one was a draw. But what was the
yeah,
result with
no,
Hagler?
The
Tommy should have
second
gotten
one
that
should have
fight.
been
No,
Tommy beat him and knocked him
Yeah,
down. I think he
Ray.
knocked him down twice or some shit. It
Yeah,
wasn't no
yeah,
draw.
Yeah, and Ray has said that on multiple occasions that Tommy should have been given that fight.
Bruh, Ray should have lost. Most likely, Ray should have lost to the Hagler fight, but he
Yeah,
avoided Marvin Hagler until they were both in their 30s. He could have fought Hagler years ago. Then
and
people
something
talk
about
about the eye injury. I understand that, but when he came back from the eye injury, he wasn't rushing into a fight with Marvin Hagler. He fought
yeah,
someone else before fighting Hagler,
I
and
think
then he waited some more years before that.
yeah,
It wasn't like, oh, my eye is back. Let me get one tune up and fight Hagler. No, he waited a few more years.
What, am I
and I think
tweaking or was it
well,
him
Terry
that
Norris
fought
too or
that?
no?
actually he did take some kind of a tune-up fight,
He
but
said
he
you
didn't
said he
look
fought
good, so
Terry
he
Norris.
retired again.
Yeah, did he fight Terry Norris? I think
Yeah,
he fought.
Terry Norris, but that was very late in his
No,
career.
he wasn't gonna be. By the time he fought Terry Norris, all of the speed that he used primarily. That's why I say Floyd would have beat Sugar Ray Leonard because when Floyd slowed down, he relied more on his fundamental base. Sugar Ray's fundamentals weren't really great, but he was such a great athlete. He was one of the best in the world. But when he slowed down, it's like he couldn't fuck with nobody in the world because his fundamental base wasn't
Um,
superior.
yeah. And somebody asked, where does Sugar Ray rank all time? I think he ranks as one of the greatest welterweights of all time.
I agree.
A close second at welterweight. I think Bud is starting to make a good case, but maybe
Oh no, But he would have to fight literally more welter. Well, no, never mind because he literally beat all the same people Spence fought. Bud, if you look at it on paper, his career is already better than Sugar Ray Leonard's because number one, he's never lost. Number two, he's been 2 times undisputed, and number three, all of Bud's big fights he's dominated. Sugar Ray Leonard, he lost a big fight to Roberto Duran. Marvin Hagler was a fight that people said it could have went either way. It was a controversial decision.
well,
And he lost. He beat Tommy Hearns, but then he lost to him the second time, even though they called it a draw. So Sugar Ray, he looked very very good, and he is one of the best of all time. But it's guys who are alive today, like Floyd and Bud, who, if you look at it on paper, if you look at the eye test, and if you look at what they actually did in the biggest moments, they better than Sugar Ray.
Have y'all seen
yeah,
rumors of talks of Canelo and the other Charlo? I think it
Yeah,
came out 12 hours ago.
I
They're
don't
like,
like it.
I
Yeah,
said that as soon as the fight was over. As soon as Canelo beat Jamel, I said that Jamal going to be the next guy because it's easy. It's easy to market.
The crazy thing
And since they're both at PBC, it's easier to make.
Yeah.
the
Yep. They're
crazy
both on the
thing
BBC.
is Canelo's finna fight him, but people say Floyd ducked fighters, but they're not calling out Canelo, and I don't blame them either. Like I train MMA, and I know it's different from boxing, but personally, me, I am 6'2", about 195, but I would fight at 170. All I've had is one amateur kickboxing fight. The weight difference and the frame difference, I don't blame these fighters for ducking people. I'm already more athletic than a lot of the people I'd be sparring with. It is way easier, even though they're more skilled than me, they have better jiu-jitsu than me. That weight, that athleticism just gives them an advantage. So I don't really blame Canelo for ducking Benavidez. But my thing is, like, where I see the contradiction is just the double standard for these other fighters that they claim
Yeah.
duck people when
Because
Canelo
they
fight
said Bud was ducking Errol. I'm sorry to cut you off, but they said
like
Bud was ducking Errol. They said Floyd was ducking Pacquiao, and they gave him hell about it. Like they gave him hell. Canelo has been ducking Benavidez. The mainstream media does not bring
He
that
is
shit up, man.
and it's like
Yeah, and he's
the
not
first thing
he's not scared of Benavidez. He just doesn't think it's good business.
I don't know. It's not that he doesn't think it's good business. It's that he could potentially be knocked down or knocked out. I don't why y'all keep
Yeah,
listen. If Canelo fights,
yeah, and that's
I
part of why
told
it's
you this
not good
last night. If
business.
Canelo were to fight a lunch lady, it would go viral. He would make money. The people don't care. They love Canelo. So it's
Hey,
not
yo.
bad business at any time for him to fight David. It's just
Yeah,
embarrassing to get knocked down or knocked out once you make it to a certain level, especially in the social media era.
Hey, can y'all hear
yeah,
me?
And I'm
and they
gonna
would
say this. I'm gonna
also.
let you go real fast, Levi, and then I'm gonna let Leo talk. But AZ,
Oh, yes, sir.
you are a participant in combat sports. You don't gotta explain yourself to these people, man. Most of these people they don't do it, so it's like it's just different. And I still welcome all their opinions, but you don't have to explain yourself, man.
if it's like
Fighting
Congratulations
the
to you
amateurs.
for getting out there in the field, bro.
Yeah. I was going to say that people would also cheer if Canelo went and crapped on their lawn.
That's facts. That's facts.
Hey,
Hey
no one. Hey,
Leo, what's up, man?
no one beats Canelo at 168. No one. No
Uh,
one.
Okay, well, what? So you think that Canelo could beat Benavidez?
Nah, he'll kill him. He'll humble
Okay,
him.
Kill
now,
him.
but
Knockout.
he didn't do shit to Bivol. Bivol
That's
offered
different
to
weight
fight
class,
Canelo
bro.
at 168.
Different weight
Canelo
class,
said no.
bro.
So how
Different
could
weight class. That's
he didn't
different weight class.
he didn't kill John Ryder. He didn't kill
He didn't
Jamel
want
Charlo.
to.
He didn't get stoppages on those guys.
He wasn't trying on them, bro, and you know it. Charlo was just
Okay,
surviving.
all right. I gotta
You
stop.
know,
All right, I'm gonna move on. He wasn't
and
trying. I gotta move
Charlo was
on. Hey,
Was
Ben,
just
what's good,
surviving, bro.
Ben?
What you mean?
Anime fan was good.
Yeah, I just
For you to say
Oh,
somebody got in the ring and didn't try when there's millions of dollars and legacy on the line, bro. Come on, man. At that point, you fanboying out. Like I can see if you said, well, this is this like I can see if you said Jamel Charlo fought a defensive fight and he was running, so that's why Canelo couldn't get the stoppage. That's a good point. But to say, well, Canelo wasn't trying, that's why. Come on, bro. I need you to give me something intellectual where it's clear that you made
Jamel
an
wasn't trying.
objective observation.
I want to say that I agree with you because like Benavides has better endurance than Canelo. He could last longer. He has better
Thank you. Who talking right now?
anime fan base.
Anime fan base. I've been telling people this. Benavidez, his motor for him to be that damn big is out of this world. It's amazing. And people don't. It's literally the opposite of Canelo.
And another thing I
Yeah.
want to say is that if Canelo loses that fight, he has more to lose than Benavides. You know what I'm trying to say? Because he's more popular, he has more fame and shit. So if Benavides makes him look bad, knocks his ass out, and just puts the work on him, his combination like he does, Canelo's gonna look like bad. He's not gonna how I say look as good as he used to
It's
against.
going to take a lot of the glitz and the glamour off Canelo. The Bivol fight, Canelo was able to escape that loss. You know why? Because he could always say, well, Bivol was bigger than me. I dare to be great. You can't say that when you're talking about two men fighting at 168. But the crazy part is, to be honest, he could because David Benavidez is bigger than Canelo. David Benavidez could be fighting at 174. He could be fighting at light heavyweight. So really, Canelo could use the same excuse, but nobody's gonna want to hear that shit because at the end of the day, David Benavidez is gonna make weight. So it's like
Yeah.
it's really a sad position that Canelo is in.
Yeah, and with Bivol, Canelo probably thought that the judges were going to bail him out. Do y'all remember how close those cards were?
Yeah, they
That's
shouldn't have been
ridiculous.
close.
Like, how many gift decisions have they given Canelo at this point?
Hey, some people think he got a gift decision against Triple G. Some people think he got
Lara?
a gift decision against Laura. And anime fan base, thanks for the follow, man. Zeke, thanks for liking the live. I appreciate it. Everybody that's tapping the screen, thank you.
What did I say? Now, someone said something about, I think Anime said that Benavidez has better stamina. He also has better
Kevin, thanks for
activity.
the follow.
He also has better activity. Canelo nowadays is just throwing single bombs.
Yeah, but that's how Canelo has fought for the entirety of his career. That's how he fights, and it's very effective. If you can't deal with those bombs, you're gonna lose. Go ask Caleb Plant. I mean, it doesn't feel good getting hit by a Canelo shot. So Alex Pena, thanks for the follow. Anime fanbase, thanks for the gift. But ultimately, Canelo, his style is just not well suited for Benavidez. Neither is his stature. Canelo is short. He's undersized for super middleweight. David Benavidez is oversized for super middleweight. Canelo throws 1 to 2 big punches at a time. David Benavidez, he can throw 1 or 2 big shots, as we've seen with Andre, and at different times against Caleb Plant. But he can also throw a 10 to 12 punch combination in a flash. Canelo is getting older. David Benavidez is young. Canelo gets tired after 4 rounds and has to start taking rounds off. David, it seems as though he works himself into a fight. So he actually starts off maybe a little bit slow and gets more and more stamina and starts throwing more combinations as the fight goes on. So it's like fire and ice, and the ice is gonna be melted, bro. You know what I mean? The fire is gonna win. It's gonna win out. And the fire is David Benavidez.
I think what really made Canelo scared to fight Benavidez was his loss to Bivol, because he saw somebody what Bivol's size can do to him, and David has way more power than Bivol.
And that made me call into question the Kovalev fight. How legit was the Kovalev fight? Did Kovalev take a dive for that money? Because Kovalev, there's no way that Andre Ward is in wars with Kovalev, but Canelo just walked straight through that man. And let's say Canelo was just that bad of a motherfucker. Canelo was just a bad motherfucker. We didn't see none of that shit against Bivol. That's why I'm like, yo, did Kovalev take a dive?
So I agree with them because they could like pay them. You know, boxing is rigged. When
Yeah.
was fighting Nagano, he basically lost that fight, but they made him win. They made him win because the boxing world didn't want to make the boxers look bad. You know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly. Not the boxers. They don't care about the boxers looking bad. They want to make Fury ass look bad. Like the boxing world.
Basically,
Let me tell
Yo,
you the difference. Let me tell you the difference. And a lot of this should be racial, whether people want to admit it or not. But if Conor McGregor would have did what Francis Ngannou did to Tyson Fury, if he would have did that to Floyd Mayweather, it wouldn't have been no gift decision. They would have been happy to have Conor McGregor walking around saying, I beat Floyd, I'm the champ, and all that shit. They would not have been looking out for Floyd. They were looking out for Tyson Fury that night.
Oh yeah, because a lot of people went to Floyd's fights just to see if someone can beat him.
That's facts.
hey, y'all really think David would do something to Canelo?
David could
Yeah.
potentially stop Canelo, Leo. I don't know how you
Okay.
can say that. I don't know.
Hey, let me ask all of you guys 2 questions. How many world champions has David beat, and how many world champions has Canelo beat? All I gotta say.
That's
David,
great, but you understand
David,
Canelo is 33
That's
4
all
or
I
years
gotta
5.
old.
say.
I do
All I
not
gotta
know.
say.
Fast tracked. His career has been fast tracked. David
But look,
Benavidez had to get it out the mud. Canelo is 23
just
years
like
old with no claim to fame in boxing, and they offer
now,
him a fight against Floyd Mayweather.
let
That's
me tell you
called being
something else. Let me
fast
tell you
tracked.
something
That's
else.
called we are
Let me tell you
marketing through
something else.
you.
Yeah, but wait. Before he
But
fought Floyd, Canelo had already been a unified champion.
Canelo fought was a unified champion, right? But do you know that 2 years before that? Well, it might have been 3 years before that. Floyd was going to offer Canelo a fight, and Floyd said no. I'm gonna wait even longer. Or Canelo's team said no. One of their teams said no. But basically, what I'm telling you is this: a 20-year-old Canelo was offered an opportunity to fight Floyd Mayweather after only being a professional for 5 years. You can go look that up. They wanted to fight before, but one of those teams turned the fight down.
Floyd won an
My point is
18-year-old
this. My
Canelo, bro. What
final point, then I'm gonna let you go. When Canelo
yo,
first became a professional boxer, he
yo,
had somebody backing him, and they already knew that they wanted him to be champion. Shout out
Floyd
to Canelo for having the skills to actually become a champion, but it's totally different than somebody who's getting it out of the mud and there's nobody backing them. They had to literally beat the shit out of all their opponents like
Floyd
David.
wanted 18-year-old Canelo, bro. What do you mean? At first,
Huh?
Floyd wanted to fight 18-year-old Canelo first.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. So when a
Whoa.
man is 18 years old and getting the opportunity to fight Floyd, Floyd is approaching him. That means that people are backing that 18-year-old. That means
Well,
strong promoters and boxing powers behind him. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, but look, it's why do you guys say Benavidez would beat Canelo?
because he's
Golovkin,
bigger,
but
he's
look, okay,
stronger.
look, okay, look. If Golovkin barely did
Power
anything to
too.
Canelo, what makes y'all think David Benavidez would do anything worse than what Golovkin did to him? All I
Oh,
gotta say. All I gotta
Huh?
say. If
look
if
at Benavidez
Bivol if
fights.
Bivol didn't stop him,
Golovkin is a much
if
smaller man
Bivol
than
if
Benavidez.
Bivol didn't stop Canelo, what makes y'all think David would? All
Because
I gotta say.
David has
All I
more
gotta say.
power than
All I
him.
gotta say. What more? What you mean more power?
He has more power than Bivol.
Bro,
He
you
does.
capping.
Do you know that
You
Bebo
fucking
in all
capping.
of Bebo's latest fights, he's been getting criticized for his inability to stop his opponents. Bebo started out stopping guys, and then now
Benavidez
he's
was still
known
doing
more
it
as a
against
boxer.
Plant.
He's known more as a boxer and a mover because he
Bro,
hasn't shown even his
David
recent fight
barely
against a
David barely
someone you
stopped
would call a
Plant.
nobody. Bebo was unable to get a stoppage. He's not really a knockout puncher. He's more of a boxer. He's a methodical
David
guy.
fights bombs. He's only beating three good fighters. Anthony Durrell, Plant, and fucking
Then why won't Canelo
Andrade.
fight him? Then why won't
Thank
Because
you.
he's
Canelo
a
fight him?
nobody to him. Canelo fights champions, not
Oh,
nobodies. He's
okay,
a
Oh,
okay.
for
nobody
real?
compared
Is
to
that why it
Canelo.
made
And
Charlo
he
go
said
up 2 weight
he's been
classes?
away for 3 years.
Canelo fan, brother. Are you a Canelo fan, dude?
I
Wait,
mean,
wait.
bro,
So,
He's on
so
Canelo's
is
nuts
I'm not
like
really a
crazy.
Jaime
Canelo
Munguia a
fan, but
champion at
you gotta
168?
put some respect on his legacy and his resume.
Is Jaime
Didn't
Munguia a
didn't
champion at 168?
hey didn't David Benavidez get dropped by nobody? All I gotta say.
Okay,
All I gotta say.
got dropped. Canelo got dropped by
Canelo's never
Cotto
been
brother.
dropped.
The only thing
Canelo's
that
never
kept
been
Canelo
dropped.
up was
He's
the
never been
fucking
dropped.
ropes.
He's never been
Before,
dropped.
bro. Canelo got robbed, bro.
Canelo has
The
never
only
touched
thing that
the
kept
canvas.
Canelo up was the ropes. He got dropped by Jose Cotto.
Why won't Canelo fight
He's
David?
never touched the canvas. All I gotta say.
Why
Okay,
won't Canelo fight
but
David?
Because
listen.
David
Canelo's
sucks.
gonna fight.
He's only
I'm
being
gonna
3 world
throw a hole in your
champions.
argument. All right, Leo. Canelo's gonna fight Jaime Munguia this year. All right, you can bet your ass on that. Jaime
Okay, look,
Munguia
yeah,
has never
he
been
has
a
more fights.
champion at
Okay, yeah, Jaime
168.
Munguia has more fights than David Benavidez, bro. All
But
I
Jaime
gotta say.
Munguia has never been a champion at
All I
super
gotta
middleweight.
say. All I gotta say.
He hasn't fought anybody at super middleweight yet
But
of note.
yeah,
Jaime Munguia probably couldn't beat Caleb Plant.
Hey, with this question, answer my question, and you answer everything. How many world champions has Canelo beat?
What is like 20 or
17. Like
22,
17?
20. He just needs two
17.
He
more.
right.
He
He
just
right.
needs.
He's trying to catch Floyd. I think.
Yep. He will.
Yo,
Now,
Marcos, I
No, the
can't
hell
let
he
you
now,
go
won't.
because it's
now,
already
how many
full,
world
man. Hey, State
champions
of
has
Boxing,
David
thanks for all
Benavidez
the
fought?
gifts.
not if he can't.
Everybody
How
that
many
said
world
gifts, I
champions has
appreciate
David
y'all.
beat?
I
All I
don't
gotta
think
say.
he could do
How many
that.
world champions David beat? All I gotta say.
Huh?
How
Hey,
many world champions has
what
David
makes you
beat?
think that Benavides is not gonna use a jab to keep his distance from Canelo? Like, bro, use your logic, bro. He could
Bro,
No,
just
I don't think
Benavidez barely.
Benavidez care
Bro,
about the distance, man. I think he's
Benavidez was
gonna
losing to.
try to walk through
Hey,
Canelo.
Benavidez was losing to Plant at the beginning of the fucking match. If Plant didn't gas out, Plant had that shit. Everybody that knows boxing knows that shit.
It's not about gassing out. Benavidez put too much pressure on him. That's just Benavidez. That's just the way he
Bro,
fights.
bro.
State of
He's a
Boxing,
Canelo,
beast.
thanks for
Caleb Plant.
Hey,
Caleb known for
okay.
boxing.
Let me ask you another question. If Bivol and Golovkin didn't do really nothing to Canelo, what makes y'all fucking think that David Benavidez,
Bivol had
a guy
Canelo
with
hurt.
no
He had
chin,
Canelo hurt
a
and
guy with no
exhausted.
chin, doing shit to Canelo? What makes y'all think
Honest,
that?
all right, I'm gonna answer
for
your question.
combinations.
Bivol had Canelo hurt and exhausted. Do you understand that?
I'm not a Canelo
Hey,
fan,
State
but you
of
gotta put
Boxing,
some respect on his
thanks for
legacy.
the gifts, man. VB, bless up, thanks for the gifts. But Leo Martinez, in the 11th round, Canelo was exhausted. He went into survival mode.
Different weight class, bro. Of course.
Exactly. Benavidez belongs in the weight class that Bivol was in. How do you
Yeah,
not
and
see?
why
How do
doesn't he fight
you
there?
keep skipping
Because he
over
doesn't
that
want
shit that
to.
Benavidez is
That's
actually
too
a
much
light
pressure for
heavyweight?
him. Benavidez should
Huh?
fight at 175 with Bivol, but he doesn't want. He barely makes 168. He got
That's
strapped.
my
He got
point.
strapped. He got his belt taken out. He can barely make that weight.
But no, you're acknowledging what I'm saying without coming through the finish line, all right? So you kind of getting the first couple stats, but I need you to lean at the tape with me, all right? Lean at the tape. You just said that Benavidez could barely make super middleweight. So really that means he's a light heavyweight. But then you're saying Bivol was able to dominate Canelo because of the size difference. right? But Benavidez belongs in the same weight that Bivol is in. So he has the same size difference that Bivol had. Do you understand that?
Why doesn't David fight out Bivol's weight class then? If it's that
Exactly.
easy.
Okay. Exactly. I
If you're
agree with
saying
you.
it's
But
that
at
No,
the end of the day,
if you're saying it's
somehow
that
it's
easy,
big
why
ass
Why
doesn't
mistakes
doesn't
like
Canelo
this
fight
that
Canelo
they
Bivol
fight?
make.
hard?
So basically, what you're just saying, you're exposing that you understand that Benavidez is a danger to Canelo.
He's not,
He's a
bro. He's
big
not, bro.
motherfucker.
If Golovkin and Bivol weren't, what makes y'all
Man,
think
I
David
don't know.
is?
Golovkin,
I
really
know,
a
but how don't you
110
understand that
middleweight?
Benavidez could throw
Oh,
crazy combination? He could throw
so you're saying,
multiple shots.
Benavidez is
Canelo
better
is
than
slow
Golovkin.
and
You're
fat
saying
footed and wouldn't be
Benavidez,
able to get
if
out the
If
way.
you're saying,
Golovkin, if
Man,
Golovkin,
if you
let me ask you a
Golovkin was
question.
sparring with a 14 year
You're
old
saying
David
Benavidez is better
Benavidez,
than
bro. That's all I'm
Golovkin.
gonna say.
You're saying Benavidez is better than Golovkin?
Yes, Golovkin was sparring with a 14-year-old Benavidez. Do
Dude,
you
this
understand that? Benavidez was
motherfucker, bro.
14.
what?
Hey, Golovkin has never been dropped by nobody though, like Benavidez.
But Benavidez,
All I gotta say.
whether he get dropped
That's
or
all I
not,
gotta say,
Benavidez
bro.
too
That's all I
fast. He's
gotta
too
say.
small.
That's all I gotta say.
Hey, that's cool, man. But whether he gets dropped or not against Benavidez, Triple G, now known as Triple Geriatric, coined by myself, if he were to fight Benavidez at super middleweight in the same weight class that he fought Canelo for the third fight, he would get that ass rat-a-tat-tat-tat.
Who?
That's it, and that's all.
Who?
Golovkin, if he was to fight David Benavidez at super middleweight,
Nah, you
he would
tripping.
get
You
tore up
tripping.
from the
Nah, you
floor.
yeah.
tripping. You
But
And
tripping. You
now, yeah.
tripping, bro.
I
You
just think
tripping.
y'all
At
don't
Nah.
give
any
David
Nah.
Golovkin
Benavidez
will
You
be too
fight.
tripping. You
small. At
tripping.
any age, Golovkin will get fucked
You're
up by
okay.
David Benavidez.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Y'all really think Benavidez is way better than Golovkin?
It's not about better.
You're saying that's what
It's
you're
about
saying.
advantages.
That's
Best
what you're
Mexican
saying.
of all
But,
time. He gonna be
You're
the
but
saying
best
that, bro.
Mexican
That's
but
what
fighter.
you're
KJ's
saying.
trying to
That's what
say
you're
is
saying.
the same
No,
older
listen.
GD that fought Canelo.
You talking
Fine,
about
Benavidez.
skills and who
Yes.
beat
Yeah,
how many champions.
you're literally saying David would humble fucking Triple G.
I'm saying David would beat the brakes off of him because he's a much larger
You
man.
tripping, bro? You tripping balls? Triple G, look.
Shit about
Canelo could barely
boxing.
do anything to Triple G. What makes you think David would even touch Golovkin?
Dummy.
You said what? Ask that question again.
If Canelo barely did anything to Golovkin, what makes y'all think David would do
Because
anything to
David's better than
Golovkin?
Canelo.
Bigger,
I keep trying to. David is better than
Okay,
Canelo.
bigger, longer reach.
what has
Thank
David
you.
done? What has
Faster.
David?
Those more combinations. Better natural stamina.
What has David done to prove that he's better than Canelo? Fought three good fighters. That's it.
Everybody, listen, everybody's nobody until there's somebody. So at one point, all of these guys, they hadn't fought anybody yet, but they were still great. All they needed was an opportunity. Canelo is the gatekeeper of opportunity right now. He's throwing out opportunities to Jamel Charlo jumping up 2 weight classes. He's trying to throw an opportunity to Jamal Charlo, a
David
man
struggled
who
with
only
Plant,
saved 10
bro.
rounds in 3
Canelo
years.
TKO
He's trying to
Plant.
throw out an
He
opportunity to
didn't do shit
Jaime
with Plant.
Munguia, a man who hasn't done shit at 168, but he won't throw a cookie. He won't throw a dime. He won't throw a dollar to David Benavidez. Why is that?
What?
What? Canelo is the gatekeeper of opportunity. He's the man. He's throwing out opportunities to all of these dudes who are lesser men than David Benavidez. When I say lesser, I mean physically, they're lesser than David. They're all smaller than David. Also, a lot of them are jumping up in weight to fight Canelo. Jamal Charlo used to be 160. He just got to super middleweight in his first performance. It was okay, but he was unable to knock out a smaller fighter and Jose Benavidez Jr. Jamel Charlo was jumping up 2 weight divisions. Jaime Munguia started at 154. David Benavidez is the only full-fledged super middleweight that's on Canelo's radar that he won't throw an opportunity to.
Hey,
So
But
why?
what?
If Canelo's so
Hey,
much better than him, why is that?
once Canelo humbles David and knocks him out, people are
He's
still
not
gonna be
gonna
talking
fight him.
shit.
You talking about once he humble him? Canelo said that he got 2 fight dates and he's gonna make David Benavidez wait. He said that, not me. He wants to fight
Canelo,
Jamal Charlo the next fight, and then he wants Jaime Munguia to step on John Ryder so he can fight him in September.
Canelo only fights world champions, bro.
Huh?
Canelo
Shoot,
only fights.
Benavidez
world
has been a
champion,
world
right?
champion.
Wait,
He
wait,
has
wait,
though.
wait,
He
wait, wait,
already,
wait.
bro. David ain't
That's
gonna
a,
beat
Leo,
Canelo.
Leo,
Everybody knows.
Jamal Charlo.
If,
He's
if
not
you
Leo.
even a
guys really
super
know
middleweight.
boxing, if you
His
guys really
last
know
fight was a
boxing,
catch weight that he missed.
Canelo's
Thank you.
fucking beating
Thank you.
Benavidez.
How did you feel when Floyd beat the brakes off of Canelo? That's what I want to know.
Canelo was 19, bro.
Canelo was too young. No,
Will
Canelo was 23
Wilfred
years old.
Wilfred
Too young,
Benitez was champion at
not fit.
17 years old.
Hey, let me answer that question. Yeah. Floyd, you guys say, oh, Floyd was old. Floyd was old out of his prime. 36-year-old, 35-year-old, he's not old.
In
Obviously,
boxing, 36 is old, man.
no, it's not, bro. No, it's not. No, it's not.
In
Look
boxing,
at the
No, it's not.
36 is
look
No,
at
it's
old.
not.
You're
David.
far
No, it's
past your
not.
physical
No, it's not,
prime.
bro. No, it's not.
Bro,
No,
it's
it's not.
delusional. Mixing boxing
No, it's not.
as fuck, bro. You delusional.
You delusion. You don't know shit about boxing, bro.
You don't know anything about.
Nah.
Who
Bro, you're
watch
saying
boxing?
Benavidez.
Because I know all the old
No,
school fighters,
you're
and
saying
I wasn't
Benavidez.
Somebody
even
pull up
born.
the
You're
Roger
saying
Mayweather
Benavidez don't
quote.
know what
If
Canelo
y'all
done.
like
Ali was
to,
22
What has
when he
David done
became
to
world
prove that?
champion,
What has
and
David done to prove
he
that?
fought Sonny
George
Liston,
Foreman.
a veteran,
Who?
a former heavyweight world champion,
Who?
dismantled that ass.
Who? David?
Ali
Ali fought Sonny Liston at
at
22,
22. Yeah.
dismantled him.
And then
Floyd
10 years
Mayweather,
later, disbanded George
I
Foreman.
think Floyd was 21 or 23 when he fought Chicanito Hernandez, dismantled him. Mike Tyson, 19 when he became heavyweight world champion. Canelo had already became a champion at 23. He fought Floyd and he lost. It wasn't because he was too young. It's because he was outclassed and outgunned.
And the same outcome would happen if they fought now.
No, Floyd too old now, and
No,
Canelo
no,
too
I know.
young.
I'm saying,
Floyd
I'm
getting
saying
that
like they were
knocked
the
out.
same age. I'm saying if they were the same age, then
Bro,
same
Oh, you
Canelo
outcome.
mean
would beat
the
him.
same
Canelo
weight?
would beat him.
Same
Yeah,
weight?
same
Canelo?
weight, same age.
Oh yeah. Canelo, he'll get. It'll be worse because Canelo, he has less stamina now than he had at 23. It'll be
Yeah.
worse.
Nah, but y'all tripping saying David would fucking beat Canelo. I don't know why y'all
He
saying that.
wouldn't beat him. He would stop him. Like he would stop him within 10 rounds. I've been saying it for like a month now.
If David was struggling against Plant, Canelo that
David
boxer
struggled
that
against Plant, and Plant
yeah.
was holding
first
for round 2 to round
against
12. And
Wasn't
Plant
Plant
asked for the biggest ring he could ask for.
hey
Y'all know
wasn't
you
Plant
obviously don't watch none of my
Wait a
live.
minute.
wasn't Plant
Wait,
winning
you
the
can't
beginning of the fight?
you
Wasn't
can't
Plant winning the
judge.
beginning of the fight?
You
David
probably
fought
don't
a
even.
better Caleb.
Yeah, listen, you can't talk about
Wasn't
like, oh, he had trouble with Caleb Plant, he'll have trouble with Canelo. Styles make fights. Those are two different styles.
Canelo
And
TKO
David
Plant?
didn't struggle with that
David
motherfucker
was
at all.
struggling against
Plant was
Plant.
struggling not to get
Plant
knocked out. And Plant asked
Plant
for a
was winning the
22-foot
beginning of the
ring.
fight. Plant was winning like the first 4 rounds. If he didn't gas
No,
out,
that's a
if he didn't
Canelo
gas
fight.
out,
He
of
won the
course he
first
would have
4
won.
rounds against
Of course
Canelo, not
of
against
course he would
David.
have won. If Plant didn't gas out against David, everybody knows that. Everyone that knows boxing knows
bro.
that Plant would have won if he didn't
You know,
gas out. But he
You
didn't
Gas
gotta
gas
out?
be
out.
sensitive.
That motherfucker.
bro.
What?
Anybody can say that. Like, do you know how many great fighters
Well,
lose?
but then really,
Know
you
what the hell
Bro,
going
Plant
on
was
right
winning the
now?
first the
Hold
first
up.
4
Say that
rounds.
again. Hold the fuck. Hey, Leo, say that again, bro.
Say
Run that
what?
shit back. You said if Plant didn't what, he would have did what?
If he didn't gas out,
If he didn't gas out, what would have happened?
Plant would have still won. He was winning the first 4 rounds.
Oh shit. Yo,
Yeah, she funny, bro.
Nah. Canelo TKO'd him.
Canelo, bro,
All
he
right,
didn't
all
get
right.
gassed out with Benavidez.
Ah.
He went to the same
Bullshit,
Did
cardio.
you watch that?
bullshit.
Hold up. Leo, did you watch the fight with Caleb Plant was holding from round 2 to round 12, trying to survive? That motherfucker, it didn't matter how much gas he had in his tank. He was getting that ass whooped, man.
Nah.
He talking about he gassed out. Shit, that
Canelo
motherfucker had a
TKO'd
gas
him, bro.
card on him. He wasn't gassing out. He had AAA right there with him with gas. He was just getting his
Nah.
ass whooped. No, it wasn't nothing he could do.
Man, he always get his ass.
Nah.
In the
Hey,
big
hey,
fights,
just wait. Hey,
in the big fights, yes, it is what it is.
hey,
Caleb Plant can box
hey.
it though. It's just when it comes to the top dudes, bruh, it's like he get tired. Like you said, he does get tired. But when it came to the Benavidez fight, he was losing from like round 2. He was
Benavidez didn't even
holding.
KO him, bro. Canelo KO Plant. Benavidez barely didn't.
Do you know that Benavidez? Go watch both fights and compare them. Caleb Plant was doing much more, putting much more hands on Canelo than he did on
No, he was
Benavidez.
not. No, he was not.
Bruh,
Plant
I'm
was
telling you.
Plant was winning the
I'm
first
telling
4
you.
rounds against David, bro.
I mean, Salvador Sanchez though.
Say what?
He got a little bit of Salvador Sanchez or Benavidez. Cause Salvador was good too.
Yeah, but Salvador could do more than Benny.
Bro, how are you gonna compare Salvador Sanchez to Benavidez, bro? Everybody knows Salvador Sanchez is way better than that nigga. Come on now.
Yeah, Salvador Sanchez better than all of them. All of them.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. I think they got his ass up out of here, boy. They told Salvador something. They was like, "Look, man, you got to do something." And he said, "No, I just came to box. I ain't come for all this freaky shit." And they got him up out of there.
Who do you think won in the fight with Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, because some people
The
say that
rematch?
Pacquiao won.
The rematch? They said they want
Floyd.
the rematch. Were you talking about the first fight?
This fight, yeah.
No,
Floyd.
Pacquiao, he lost. He would have
What you
lost
mean the first fight?
anytime.
The only fight ones. What do you mean the first fight?
No,
Yeah,
because people are
because
saying they were
there's
supposed to be rematching. It's a rumor out. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that ain't gonna
Pacquiao,
happen. You know Floyd.
Pacquiao
Floyd
lost
doesn't
fair and
want that
square.
shit.
It was clear he lost. Like Floyd had too many skills on offense and defense. Pacquiao is primarily an offensive fighter. His defense has always been bullshit. He's athletic as hell, but that's not going. It takes
Hey,
another.
Manny's still better
It
though.
takes
Manny's still
another
better.
pure scientist to beat Floyd. Pacquiao wasn't really scientific in his approach. He was
Hey,
just
Pacquiao's still better though.
okay, cool. I'm not gonna argue. Yeah, Pacquiao better than a man that beat his ass, and a man that made more money than him and fought more world champions than him, and they fought each other in the ring, and he
Because he
lost.
made more
He's
money
better, but
don't
he's
mean
still
shit,
better
bro.
somehow. Fine,
Why didn't they fight in 2010, 2011?
because of
Told
the
you they want
juice,
that
baby.
smoke.
You ever
Told you
heard
they
of
want that
OJ the
smoke.
Juice Man?
Urine test. And don't say the urine test or the blood needle. Everybody
Pacquiao
no.
had the
No.
opportunity
All
to fight.
right, bro. You got a Kinsey to go to. Why don't you go ahead, step out?
No.
Ooh, no.
what?
Pacquiao was on the OJ the Juice Man.
Everybody knows Floyd was fucking ducking Pacquiao back then.
Yeah, he was.
Everybody
I'd
knows
have
it.
been ducking Pacquiao too. He was on the OJ the Juice Man.
Juice man, really? You're funny.
Shit, any man that can go up from fucking where Pacquiao started his career,
He was like
120,
108, somewhere like that.
110. He started at 110.
110.
108 somewhere.
Yeah, 108. Anybody that can come from those lightweights and go all the way up to fucking welter and be knocking dudes out, bruh, that's called
That's
juice.
not called juice, bro. That's called being a
Bro,
fucking badass. Everyone was
Yeah,
scared
he
of
is
him.
a badass.
let
Wait,
me tell you.
wait, wait, Josh, you remember when Canelo was on steroids, Leo? You remember that?
When? When?
Exactly.
No, he
When?
failed 2 drug tests.
Bro, let me
When?
tell y'all something, bro. I train at multiple
It was
gyms.
like
I'm
word,
2006 or
seriously,
though.
something.
Hey, Floyd lost to De La Hoya, to Castillo, to fucking
It sounds like
Maidana.
you don't like black
All
fighters.
those
That's what it sounds
motherfuckers.
like to me.
Hey,
Mexican
maybe
fighters.
he'll have a
What?
problem with black fighters, but he don't like Floyd because Floyd beat a lot of the Mexican fighters. That's fine. I
Nah, I'm not
understand
saying
that.
that. I'm not saying that.
Hey, I got one quick question, but actually,
Who's your favorite black fighter, Leo? We want to know.
Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, um,
Of this
mm,
generation.
Two boxers who had a bunch of flaws. Floyd was damn near perfect, so I see
Tank
why you like
Davis,
Floyd.
Devin Haney.
shit, I like Midget Taylor.
Mike Tyson's
Good
better
thing
than
for
Floyd. I don't care.
corgis, both of them.
Yo, I'm
Nah,
gonna try to go
but
get my
nah, nah,
I'm
but
gonna try to go get my phone
Floyd was
charged.
literally
You know
managed for
why?
hella years. I don't
Because
know
my
why
phone's
y'all
dying,
tripping.
and I feel like we having a good live. So I'm gonna try to actually charge my phone for a
Better
little bit,
competition.
15 more minutes.
Mike Tyson had better competition than Floyd, bro. Mike Tyson was not even that tall. He was short as fuck and he was fighting big ass people. He was fighting big ass people that were
Hold
above
on.
6 feet.
But that
And he was
nigga
knocking.
Mike Tyson was knocking motherfuckers out.
Mike was losing too whenever they put him up against
exactly.
all-time great.
Hey, Maidana and De La Hoya and
Listen.
Castillo
Yeah,
were
I
all
was
robbed by
finna.
Floyd. Everybody knows that shit.
Yeah, Maidana, the first fight, he clapped Floyd real bad. Like,
Yep.
there's no going
The first
around
fight
it.
was
Hey,
close. My
hey,
Donna lost.
hey, let me
Oh,
ask you
come
something.
on. It's no going
Everyone
around it.
knows that Floyd lost to Castillo, De La Hoya, and Maidana. Everyone knows that shit.
And Castillo gave him that work, too, when he was
Who
an
is
old man.
who is everyone? You?
Yeah. Hey, somebody, y'all need to mute yourself because your background is echoing. If you have an echo in the background, when you talk, you could come up, unmute yourself to talk, but then mute yourself immediately after that because of the echo.
Um,
I think that my favorite today, like the favorite I would say is Jaron Boots. I'm a fan of him, bro. He has some crazy ass footwork. The way that he moves is so smooth, bro. Like I feel like best the guy doesn't move the smoothest. Like I love how he moves, bro. It's so
Jerron Boots Ennis is like a modern day Pernell Whitaker.
Buzz scared of boots.
Nah, that's too much. That's too much.
Boots kind of remind me of a Kyrie Irving type of boxer.
That's how
He
Pernell
looks like
Whitaker was,
Kyrie.
man. The way that they able to contort their body is amazing. He not no
It's
modern day
levels,
version. They don't
though.
fight nothing like Roy.
Because Crawford would clap him, so it's
No, he
levels.
wouldn't.
He wouldn't clap Ennis? Come on.
Boots will
Bro,
hurt him.
Crawford's
Boots
ass.
will hurt him.
Crawford's
Boot
literally
hits
ass.
harder. He's faster. I feel
Somebody
like,
said Crawford is ass. Yo, wow.
and he
Boots
got a good.
don't.
I feel like Boots has a
Seeing
very good
best
IQ to
fighters
hit
of all
him.
time.
Man, I don't know what y'all tripping on, man.
Huh? Floyd is the greatest fighter of all time. Don't be silly.
Hell no.
Floyd
Yeah.
ain't the greatest fighter of all
Who
time.
the fuck
I got a
said?
lot of
Yes,
Hey,
fighters I
he
like.
is.
hey, who the fuck
Yes,
said Floyd's
he
the
is.
best boxer of all
Yes,
time? You
he
stupid
is.
as fuck.
Y'all be
Don't
Okay,
say
you're
bugging.
the
you
same
can't
guy
say
that
that.
says that Canelo beats Benavidez. I don't want to hear it.
Hey yo,
Because he does.
funny
Everyone that knows
guy.
boxing
One
knows that
person
shit, bro.
dropped down, so I brought up VP Bless Up
Of
because
how
but you gonna have to
uh,
wait for somebody. Does anybody want to get dropped down and let someone else up? Because these people, it's first come first serve. Right
I
now, it's
appreciate
the
it, host.
maximum people that I can add up. So you had to wait for somebody to come down, then I'll bring you up. All right, so somebody dropped down, so let me bring you up.
Let's see.
I would say Floyd is the best boxer, but not the best fighter.
Yo, can I
That don't really make sense to me, but I understand what you're trying to say.
ask Leo a question?
Yeah,
yo,
what's
what's
up?
good?
Leo, where do
What's
you
up?
rank Canelo at, in terms of the greatest fighter of all time? Like top
That's a
30,
good
top 10,
question.
or what?
Like Mexican fighters or all time?
All time.
Shit, that's hard because you got some hella good fighters, but see, he's up there in the top 15.
15?
Yep.
That's not a bad answer.
Yeah, that's not I
Because
was
look,
expecting like top
because
5,
look,
honestly.
because look, if you based it on terms of who beat the most world champions, then he's top 10 for sure. Who's
No, Canelo got a crazy resume. If
Yep.
Canelo top 10, if he was
He's
to have
top
Canelo
10 for
be
sure.
10 in the
Yeah.
top 10 is cool, but
Yep.
Canelo can never be top 5.
Yeah, maybe once he
Nope,
surpasses
Maybe
Floyd on the
my
world
ass.
nope,
He
champions,
lost
nope,
to
Floyd.
nope,
Floyd.
nope.
Yep.
He didn't fuck no. It was dudes who have better footwork than Canelo and a better performances. Guys who haven't who are undefeated like Terrence
But
Crawford.
are you guys basing it on who has the better skills or the resume or
No,
what they've
both.
done?
I'm basing on every when
Yep.
you do all time. I factor in everything. Canelo could not be no top 5. Number one,
Hey,
he
yo,
lost to
Marcos,
one of the best
hey, you
fighters
asked
of
me
his
that
era
question,
in
right?
Floyd
You asked me
Mayweather.
that question, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Are you basing it on resume or just boxing or fighting in general?
I'm basing
Everything.
everything.
I'm telling.
Everything.
When we factor in all time, I base it off of everything. I look at the resume. I look at their
Hmm.
skill. I look at their performances, the competition, their greatest performance, their worst performance. Canelo not even. You want to talk for real? For real? Canelo couldn't even be above Manny Pacquiao on the all-time list.
Oh, I know. Manny,
Absolutely
of
not.
course, bro. Manny's better, bro.
But
Leo, I
almost
have
what?
another question for you.
Hold on.
Manny's
Almost.
look. In my opinion, for me, Manny Pacquiao is in the top 5. That's just me. That's
You
me.
can say that. You can say that honestly, but I have a
Because of
question
what
for
he's
you.
done. Of what he's done.
Munguia versus Benavidez, who wins?
What you say?
Huh?
Munguia versus Benavidez, who wins?
Benavides.
Come on, bro.
And then why is Canelo wants to fight Munguia? Because that's an
Easy.
easier
You
fight.
know that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, put that pressure on that motherfucker. Go ahead, Marcos.
Canelo,
Because he has more
wanna,
fights than David, bro.
Wait, but
what are you
Mungia.
saying?
Hold on.
Canelo
Hold
was
on.
supposed to
Hold on.
Who
fight
did
him
he
like 4
beat,
years
Leo?
ago.
Who did he beat?
Isn't Munguia like
Greater
44 and
boxers
0 and
thanks to
David
the
like
good
28
sweat.
and
Yeah,
0?
can I ask you a question?
Listen.
Who did Munguia beat? Name me 5 fighters that he beat. 5
Oh,
fighters. Come on, let's go.
I'm not saying that I like
Yeah, because
Munguia.
he's beating chumps you
That's why
never
I
heard
told
of.
you. That's why I
He's
told you
fighting
David was
John
good.
Ryder because
Put that
Canelo fought
pressure.
John Ryder. You would never heard of John Ryder if Canelo never fought him. So
Put
don't
that
I know.
don't
pressure on
talk
him,
like that, bro.
Marcos.
I know. You're
Who
saying
who's the
you're saying
mandatory for Canelo?
you're saying things I already
Leo,
know, bro.
answer my question. Who's the mandatory for Canelo for the past 3 years?
God damn.
Answer me that question.
David, but
And he
listen.
about
Why
to
is he
lose
not
his
His
fighting
job.
ass.
you?
Damn.
Leo,
God
Leo,
Fighting,
damn,
Leo,
bro.
fighting,
Leo.
fighting.
Let me ask you a question.
Leo, you
Let me ask you a question.
He
go ahead,
putting
go,
that
go.
pressure, that full court of
Name me
pressure.
Hey,
five
after
world.
this, I
Hey,
got a quick question.
no.
I have a
Name
few
me
more
five.
questions for Leo.
Name me
Go,
5
go.
world
Hold
champions
on,
David has
Leo.
beat.
Let
Name me
let
5
Leo
world
answer the
champions David
question.
has beat.
Then Marcos, I
Exactly.
want you to
Can't even
keep
name me
digging in
3.
that
Get out of
ass.
here.
Hey, Leo, answer the
What
question.
about me though? What about me though?
We gonna get to
What?
you after this,
Yeah,
NBA. We
let
got
Leo
you
ask
after
this
this.
question.
Answer
Take
the
him.
question,
Hey,
Leo.
Name me 5 world champions David Benavidez has fought. Nobody. You can't even name 3.
He's been
Okay,
his
Boo
mandatory.
Boo,
He has to
Boo
fight
Boo
him.
Andre. He was a 2 divisional. He could have become a
And a
2 divisional
two-time
champion.
Olympian.
Canelo. Okay, Leo, let me ask you a question, Leo. You asked me a question, right?
No. Shut up. Look.
Oh, go.
David
Okay,
has
what's
only
up?
fought 3 good fighters. That's it.
Three.
Because David is so dominant and
Everyone is
but he's
running
so
from
young,
him.
motherfuckers ducking him. This
Dude,
always
Canelo's
happens,
not
Scared as
bro.
fucking
hell.
ducking
They
him. He
ducking.
even said in an interview. Canelo even said in an interview, he's only fought one world champion. Why would I fight him?
Why did
Anthony
They're
why
Durrell.
did
ducking
he want
Anthony
to
him.
fight
Durrell.
Canelo?
Mandatory.
He
That's
Leo?
only
why you
fought
gotta fight him.
Anthony Durrell. Why the fuck would he? Why would
Leo,
Canelo waste his time on David Benavidez? That's easy work for
Hold
Canelo.
on,
Everybody,
guys,
Leo,
guys,
Leo,
guys,
Leo,
guys.
everyone
Wait,
that
wait,
knows
wait, wait. No,
boxing
no,
knows
no,
that's
no.
easy work for Canelo. Everybody that knows boxing, that's easy work for fucking Canelo. And once Canelo knocks him out, people are still gonna hate. When Canelo was, hey,
No, if
Canelo,
Canelo beat
no,
Benavidez, I'll
when
be
Canelo,
shocked.
Canelo,
That's a fight that he's supposed to get
hey,
knocked the
Leo,
Canelo,
fuck
why
out.
haven't you fought the Charlos?
Leo.
Not that he's doing that.
Charlo's gonna
He's
fight in
gonna
the
do
same division. Canelo's not supposed to fight the
nah,
Charlos. He's
Thank
nah,
you.
supposed to fight
nah.
60,
Canelo,
68
look,
pounders, not people from like 2 divisions below.
Thank you.
look,
That's stupid, my
back
guy.
then, look, like
You
two
sound
days
Canelo,
ago,
that's
Canelo's
super
not
people
a
were saying,
bit.
stupid.
people
No,
were
no,
saying,
no, no,
The
yo,
no. Hold on,
Charlos.
hold
why
on.
haven't you
Listen,
Oh,
fought the
listen,
Charlos?
Leo, slow
Why
down.
haven't you fought the Charlos?
Marco,
Now
Marco,
that he's done it,
my bad,
Hey,
my bad.
chill out, Leo. Hold on. Canelo's not even a big guy. First of all, like you got to think about that.
He's
Canelo's not this
undersized for
huge
middleweight.
guy.
That's true.
I
He's
know
not a huge
he's
guy.
little.
When we talk about
I
the
know.
Charlos, like that's a fair fight. Canelo's not like
No,
this.
Jamal Charlo was a fair fight, but Jamel that wasn't. Jamel is smaller than Canelo. That
Leo,
wasn't a fair fight.
can I ask Leo another question?
Listen, if you ask me, the little
Look,
brother go harder, but that's just
But
me.
size matter. The little brothers do go harder, but the size
Mm-hmm.
matter. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, Marcos, go and ask Leo that other question you was gonna ask him. Then we're gonna let NBA talk.
Leo, do you speak Spanish? I'm not even like you
see
speak
what?
Spanish, right? So you can find the interview that when they ask Canelo, why don't you fight Benavidez or Boo Boo? He said himself, they should fight each other and then I'll fight him. What happened? They fought each other. Benavidez knocks Boo Boo out.
¿Cuándo fue
Nada
eso?
from Canelo.
Hold on,
I
hold
heard
on.
nothing from
No,
him.
no, no.
¿Cuándo fue eso?
Marco. At the same time, you know what was going on? All these guys, right? They
Yep.
weren't fighting each other. They was having like a cold war, man. None of them was fighting each other. They were
Yep.
just sitting around. And then Canelo's looking at that, and he's like, man, everybody just. That's why he was saying payday, because nobody wanted to fight one another.
Hey,
Nobody
And
wanted
Marco.
to fight
Hey,
still, they were
Benavidez.
just
We
waiting
Marco.
on
always see
Canelo.
him
They
fight
hold on,
Canelo
Marco.
anyway.
listen.
Fuck
They
that.
did not want to risk their resume. Nobody was
Hey,
risking the
Marco.
resume because they were
Marco.
just sitting
Yeah.
around waiting for the
Leo, go
Canelo
ahead, go
fight.
ahead.
Hey, Marco.
Why
Okay,
is
look.
every
Hey,
Mexican champion saying that Canelo should fight Benavidez, but he never brings Benavidez up, except if someone asks him the question about Benavidez,
Marco,
because
he's
he
gonna
because look,
knows.
let
Marco,
me tell
Marco,
you.
Marco. Hold
Go
on,
ahead, go ahead.
he's gonna fight him, Marco. Like
He's
No,
not.
that's the
they
thing.
No
probably
way.
never fight
Hey,
him.
No,
no,
No
yeah,
way.
let me,
he is.
Marco, look.
He's gonna fight him.
They
Like
Look.
probably
that's the
never fight
I
thing.
him.
think
He's
Canelo looks
gonna
at.
fight him.
Look. I think Canelo looks at David. But I think he looks at David like, oh, this nigga barely fought any world champions. Why would I waste my time on beating him when
No,
I
no,
know I
no,
can
no,
beat
no.
him?
Listen, bro,
David,
what are you
No,
saying?
Hold
David's a
up, hold
savage.
up. Hey,
David's a
hey, let me
savage.
say this, man. I'm gonna break this down because I'm about to let NBA talk, but I'm gonna tell y'all like this. What Marco said, what's really been going on is Canelo has been using David Benavidez as a weapon. Canelo has been using him like a dragon guarding the castle.
Uh-huh.
When Plant wanted the rematch with Canelo,
yo,
Plant was told you got
hey,
to
my
go through
bad,
David
yo,
Benavidez. When
yo, I'm
Andre
not
wanted to
yo,
fight with Canelo, he was told you got to go through David Benavidez.
Hey,
If
Mayweather
David
did that with
Benavidez
Andre
is just a
Berto.
guy that hasn't fought anybody, why are these
hey,
motherfuckers being forced
Marco,
to face him just to get to
Yeah,
Canelo?
bro.
Because Canelo
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
that none of them beat Benavidez. Canelo knows that he may not be able to beat Benavidez. So instead of fighting him, he's using him
bro,
as an
what the fuck has
asset to
Benavidez
benefit his
done?
own
He
career.
hasn't
Yo,
done.
Leo,
But
can I ask you a question?
we gonna move on from that. Hey, NBA, what was the question you
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
ask?
my bad, NBA.
Alright, so hey, what's the name? So you said that Caleb Plant was almost gonna beat Benavidez, right? So
No, I
back
didn't say that.
then,
No,
I
he
didn't say that.
wasn't.
I didn't say that. I said he was losing the first four
Back
rounds.
then in the
Hey, let him
Fuck
'90s,
that,
finish.
bro. What are you talking about?
Eddie
I
Taylor
said
He
fought
wasn't.
I said he was
he fought
winning
Chavez,
the
right?
earlier rounds.
I can't even talk. But he was Major Taylor was beating him, right? So after the rounds, he got tired and he whooped Chavez whooped him though. He was shoot, I can't
What?
damn.
Okay, so no, I know what you're
What?
saying. He's saying that Meldrick Taylor, when he fought Chavez, Meldrick Taylor beat the brakes off Chavez, but he got tired in the 12th round. Chavez gave him fucking brain damage. But what's your
Hell
point?
yeah.
What's your point?
But
What's
that
your
don't
point,
mean
NBA?
nothing.
What's your
Chavez
point?
still clapped him. Like, what's
So
your
you
point?
think
Yeah.
that Benavidez couldn't beat Plant, dude?
Bro, what?
I thought you said. You
No,
said.
I didn't. It's because I don't.
Yo,
I
NBA, can I say
what you say?
something?
Hey,
What
Because
you
he
say?
said if Plant didn't gas out, he would have beat Benavidez. That's what he said.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
why he
So
gassed
He
out?
would have.
Because of the
He
body
would have.
shots, my guy. Have you
He
ever heard
would
what?
have, bro. Everyone knows he
No,
would
What
have.
Plant
body
gassed
shots
out.
do to you,
But
man?
Canelo
unfortunately, though,
TKO.
Plant gassed
gassing out
out
is a
because of
part of
the
the
Canelo
body
process.
TKO
shot, and he
Plant,
also
bro.
gassed out because of his own movement. Plant likes to move
That
a lot.
Benavidez said himself He loves doing a body shot. And what is Canelo weak to? Body shots, man.
Plant
I
even
promise you,
Canelo's
that
better
fight would not
than
be
David,
close.
and he
If
hit harder. Didn't
if
Plant say that? Didn't Plant
if
say
Plant
that?
wasn't
Somebody
running
got feedback.
away the whole time, he wouldn't have gassed out.
Oh,
Hey,
he landed hard in punches, in rounds,
Didn't
bro. I
Plant
swear he did
Plant
landed more
say
hugs than
Canelo
punches.
hits harder than David and is better than David? Or am I tripping? He said that.
Canelo don't hit harder than David, if you ask me.
What?
I think David hit harder than Canelo.
Hey, for all you people that think David beats Canelo, let me ask you a good question.
Okay, go ahead.
Give me 4 reasons, or give me 4 things that you think David could beat Canelo. What are 4
Okay,
good
can I
reasons
go?
why
Can
he
I
beats
go?
Canelo?
Hey, go ahead,
He's
go
more
ahead, go ahead.
imposing. He's
He's
imposing.
Yes. Let me get
he
next.
got the U side. He got the stamina. He has
Don't
the
mean to.
hunger. He's not made it yet. You know.
Hunger?
Also, he
What
has
you
the
mean hunger?
reach,
He's only fought 3
the
good fucking
size,
fighters.
the mentality. He beats him everywhere except in terms of popularity. That's where he beats him. That's
And
what happens
Canelo
if you
got better
lose.
head movement than David too. He don't beat him in head movement.
Huh?
If Canelo loses
Canelo
to
has better head
Benavidez,
movement than
he
David
loses
Benavidez.
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Leo, listen to me. If he loses to Benavidez,
He's
he
not.
loses everything. His
He's not,
Benavidez
wait.
is
He's not.
Mexican, so the
Wait,
Mexican
wait, Leo,
supporters will
Leo,
start
Leo.
supporting him, and he
What's
loses
up?
his belts. It's easy
What's
like
up?
that.
What's up?
What? Wait, hold on, and why are you like? Look, I like Canelo, right? I like to watch Canelo fight. I like Canelo, but we can't make it seem like David don't got a chance. Like David has a good chance. He does.
But look, okay,
Like
but look,
David's good.
if
Look, you got
Golovkin,
to think
mira,
about it like this,
pero
right?
mira, wait.
The volume of
If
Davis,
Golovkin can really go against Canelo, what makes you think David can, bro?
what'd you say?
If Golovkin barely can, mira, si Golovkin apenas pudo con Canelo, why do you guys say Benavidez would beat him?
Golovkin is not
Because
Benavidez.
hold on. Because
My guy.
styles make
Yeah, of
fights.
course. Golovkin
That's
way better
not how
than Benavidez.
boxing works. The
Leo,
styles make
Leo,
fights.
Leo,
You see what I'm saying?
Leo,
Like someone could dominate one fighter
Hey,
and then fight someone.
Marcos, you're Mexican, but you're going against your fucking fighter? No
I'm
mames.
black, bro. What are you talking
there
about?
it is right
What
there.
happened?
There it is.
I
There
Marcos
it is
was
right
Silvia?
there.
born in
Marcos
Africa.
Silvia?
There it is. We
he
got
got a
it. We got it,
Mexican
boys.
name.
Even if I
Hey,
was
We fucking
Mexican,
got it.
low
We
key,
got
his
it.
name mad
yo,
Mexican though.
Marcos Silvia?
what the fuck are you
There it
talking
is
about?
right there.
Marcos
Leo, can I
Silvia
ask
is
you a
a black
question?
person?
So
That's crazy.
And y'all say he was racist earlier? There it is.
fighters in terms of like
There it
where
is,
they're
y'all.
born. So you can never pick a black fighter or a white fighter going against a Mexican because
Huh?
they're
We
not
got it, boys.
same
Don't
as
worry.
you. Is
Good
that what
luck,
you're
fellas.
saying? Is that what you're
Bro,
saying, Leo?
tú eres paisa, güey, y le vas al
What's
pinche
up, TJ?
Benavides, no mames, no seas mamón.
Puta me, pendejo me.
¿Ya ves, culero? I got
Call
your
him
ass.
bitch.
No, I speak Portuguese and Spanish is
Nigga,
easy
shut
for
the
me
fuck
to
up. No,
understand.
you don't. No, you don't. Shut up.
What? I don't speak what?
Nigga, te llamas Marcos Silvia, güey. You're fucking Mexican. You're not fucking black,
Yo,
culero.
okay, Buta fala criollo. I'm Cabo Verdean. I'm Cape Verdean, just like Boo Boo.
Cállese la verga.
I didn't pick Boo Boo to beat Benavidez.
Hey,
Right?
VP, dile algo a este pendejo, güey.
Yo, the fala criollo kubo. You understand
All
what
right,
you understand what I'm
come on,
saying?
guys.
I'm speaking
Come on,
my
guys.
native
Leo
Hold on,
no.
hold on.
Leo,
Let's stop
Leo
hollering,
no
though. Let's
Buta
stop
gusto
fala
moreno.
criollo então, eh? Buta fala criollo. I'm Cabo Verdean.
Güey, estás
Yeah,
pendejo.
yeah, that's what I'm
Listen,
saying.
hold on. Let me break it
Hey,
down for
VP,
Leo.
wait.
Hold on, Leo. Relax.
Dile algo a este güey. Tell him something, bro.
Leo, listen. It's because some folks in the Caribbean they got Hispanic names for some reason.
That
Like
nigga
if
said
you
I'm
talk
black.
to
You saying
Jamaican
a
folks,
black man can be named Marcos? Is that? Did you know
I mean,
Silva is
Marcos
from
Silvia?
Brazil? You know the name Silva is from
Marco's
Brazil?
pretty Hispanic sounding, bro. Hold on.
Yeah,
But
I know, but you know the name Silva is from Brazil. Anderson Silva from the
Hey,
UFC.
do you speak Spanish,
Alex
güey?
Pereira.
¿Sí o no?
My second name is Alex Pereira too. You
¿Hablas
know that?
español?
he said
Claro,
Alex
because
Pereira.
hablo
¿Ya
español.
ves? Pero no eres negro, culero.
Porque I also learned Spanish when I was a kid.
But
I
you're not
also speak
black.
Portuguese.
You're not black, though.
All right, Leo,
I
hold
am
on.
black.
What's your point?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hold on. Listen,
Black
we're
Marcos,
is
finna,
black is
came
black,
up.
bro.
Marcos,
Black.
came up.
Bro, I am black, bro. What
Hey,
the
Marcos,
fuck?
came up.
Wait,
A lo
how
mejor
did you do
estás...
that, bro?
Hey, a lo mejor estás bien prieto, güey, pero no eres negro, güey.
No. Okay, search up Cape Verde. Where's Boo Boo from?
Look, fuck
I
all
don't give
that.
a
I'm
fuck
from
about
Cape
that. I don't
Verde,
give a
bro.
fuck about that. I don't give a
Marcos,
fuck about that.
fuck all that. Cam up. Just come on the
Look
camera.
at that. Turn that
Come
camera
on the
on, nigga.
screen.
Turn that camera
We can
on.
settle all this shit. We don't need Spanish. We don't
Bro,
need English. Come
Lucas,
up on the camera. Come up on
this
the
guy,
screen. They don't come up on the
yo,
screen. The motherfucker,
this
you
guy
ain't black.
thinks I'm black, bro.
Hey,
Leo
yeah,
thinks
yeah,
we're,
hey, yeah, yeah.
I'm fucking
Marcos, cam
Mexican.
up, bro.
Yeah,
Don't be shy, bro.
I,
Marco,
Don't be
I,
shy.
cam up.
Cam
Cam
up.
up, Marco.
bro, I don't know how do I do that though?
Ay, qué
Motherfucker, you know
pendejo,
how
hasta
cam up.
Hold
pendejo.
on, hold on. Just hit the camera button on the bottom.
You're probably a
No,
white
no,
ass
no, no.
motherfucker.
There's nothing
Listen,
here, bro.
listen. All right, hold on. Hit your own square, click your own square, your own box, and then select the camera option on, and then hit save.
I sent you an invite to cam up, bro.
Send it to me again.
All right.
Where is my?
Just hit your box, bro. Hit the camera, son. Hit your box.
It's
Hit
up
your own
there. It's a
box.
box.
He muted. He's gone. He did. He
He's
did
gone.
delete.
Yep, he gone.
It's gonna be Leo's uncle,
Yeah,
undercover.
that motherfucker ain't black, boy.
Bro,
Yeah,
That
You going to
motherfucker.
turn into race wars? Talk about boxing.
Lucas, they really think I'm Mexican because I speak Spanish.
Cam up, bro.
Fucked up,
Fuck all
though.
the
Turn your
bullshit.
camera on, bro.
Hello.
Yeah. Just turn your
Hey,
camera on, nigga.
Ah,
hey,
shit.
you even
One
asked me if I
second,
speak
one second.
Spanish,
I'm
way.
getting ready.
He about to look crazy.
You even asked me if I
Getting
speak Spanish.
cussed out, nigga. I ain't saying nothing.
All right, man. So he ain't
One second,
black.
one second.
All right, we moving on.
Hey, VP,
Hey, Marco's wild.
Yeah, it was
We got
good.
10 more. We got 10 more minutes.
didn't
And
he
then we
say?
going
Didn't he
off,
ask me
off
if
the
he speaks
live, man.
Spanish?
Yeah, he did ask if he spoke Spanish.
Yeah,
I
this
think.
is a Mexican guy right here. Yeah, I'm Mexican, bitch ass nigga.
All right, so you Mexican.
Rolling.
Mexican?
Oh, so
Oh,
he
shit.
is Mexican. There, we got the
He
two.
is Mexican, bruh.
No, I'm not
Man,
Mexican. What the fuck?
why are you playing with us? Just turn on the camera, bro. Just turn on
Bro,
the
what
camera
do I need
quick.
to do now, bro?
Bro,
Cam
just
up,
turn on the
motherfucker.
camera real
Damn. Everybody
quick.
I
got
Turn
to
the camera on,
I
bro.
did put my camera on.
Bro, 5
Oh, you did it.
seconds. No, you
turn the
didn't.
damn camera
Oh,
on so we
his
can see if you
microphone.
said you
Okay,
can see
okay,
my
okay,
face.
okay.
Hey, yo, somebody else cam up here so he can see what I'm talking about because he acting like he a little slow.
Listen, you hit your own box, bro, and then you uncheck the
Yeah, I
camera
will. One second.
icon, and then you hit save. It's not that hard.
Yeah, that
Watch him.
motherfucker ain't
Hey,
black.
look. Hey, watch him be Asian.
That motherfucker might be Chinese.
It shouldn't take this long, gang.
Nah, it shouldn't. It should.
What's up?
Oh, shit. He black.
A la verga.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That nigga black, man.
That motherfucker
That's
black.
what
Yo,
I'm
they
talking
couldn't
about.
believe me, bro.
He said I'm black, man. Oh, blicky
I'm
black,
fucking
diggity
crying.
black. That motherfucker
That
black,
nigga ain't
boy.
never seen on no
That
Chinese.
motherfucker look like Terrio. That motherfucker like
Yo.
Terrio. That motherfucker black,
He
boy.
said
Fuck,
Terry.
bro.
Damn.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
You
the
gotta
nigga
get
right
some
there.
Mexican shit, bro. Fuck
Hey,
me.
Black, boy.
that didn't
Hey,
even
Leo,
use
Motherfucker
it.
ain't no
that boy
Mexican.
black and he speak Portuguese. Put some respect on his
Hey,
And
motherfucking name.
Spanish, and
Word.
fucking Italian, and fucking Chinese too,
That
bitch.
motherfucker bi-tri and quadlingual. Put
he
some
probably
respect on his name.
listen. He
Black
probably
people can
black
speak
skin.
Spanish, by the way. Just letting you know that.
He probably
Yeah,
Oh,
black
yeah,
we
black
skin.
know.
people do that.
Hey,
Hey, that
Leo,
didn't.
And they
Leo.
said that's a whole different guy. They said it wasn't him.
I think he black
Nah,
skin.
come
Man.
on
That
now.
didn't use
Hey,
it.
for real, he got his homie on camera. That's why it
that
took so
nigga got me
long.
cracking it.
So as far as I'm concerned, Marco's still Mexican because he could
Hey,
have gotten a
Claro,
homie.
man. So,
yeah.
so Mexico, vámonos, eh?
He,
Fucking.
look, you see, he sound Mexican.
Yo, all you gotta do, come
Yeah,
on,
I
come
have
on
no
again,
problem
right?
with
And
that,
then
but
speak
like,
that shit while you on camera so we can match up the face with the voice.
And now I think about it, his voice don't sound like how that
Yeah,
nigga
it
look.
don't
Yeah,
sound
I
nothing
know.
like how he
He don't
looks.
sound like how that nigga look.
Hey,
I
that
think
was your
he got
homie.
his little cousin who's black on camera. That's
nah, bro.
That was his
You guys
man's.
need,
That was his
to
man's.
talk on camera?
yeah.
That was
That
his
was his
man.
homie.
Yo, we had the funniest live, bro.
Cause he
Nah, come
didn't
on,
talk
bro.
when he
Wow,
came
niggas
on
doing.
there.
It
Yeah,
was
it
his
took him like 10
neighbor. What
minutes
do
to
you
go out
mean?
and find a black person and shit. That motherfucker went hunting for a black person.
Yo,
That's what
I'll
took him so
I'll
long.
bring my little
I was gonna take
siblings
it so
with me
long.
too, bro. What the fuck is going on?
Just turn it back on. We saw you already. Turn it back on and talk.
Get American, bro.
What?
Turn it back on and talk.
No, I was born in Cape Verde, but I moved to America when I was 12 years old, though.
All right, turn the camera on and tell us that shit, and then speak in the Portuguese that you were speaking in, and then we go here.
Claro, un minuto.
Wait.
Yeah.
Turn your camera on.
There it
That's it.
is. We
Yeah,
got
he
him.
said
It's not
he said he was
Portuguese.
born.
Ain't no way,
That's his
bro.
man. That's his man. That's his man.
Bro, these niggas truly don't believe I'm fucking black, bro.
He's finna break down. He's gonna have a
Yo, come back. Listen.
They have a hissy fit like a little
Come back
kid
up and
right
speak
now.
your shit.
yeah.
We want to see you on camera.
Yeah,
All right,
crioulo.
speak.
Ainda fala crioulo, eh? Ainda fala crioulo. What? Ainda fala crioulo. Cuca português.
Nah, that's two different.
Now
That's something
Spanish,
different.
hey,
Hey,
Spanish, 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 Spanish.
Speak
Languages.
Olá, meu
English. Speak
amigo,
English.
¿cómo estás? Olá, meu amigo, ¿cómo estás?
No. Don't speak that. Listen. Talk
Nah,
about boxing, bro. We got to match up the damn shit. Match up the face with the shit.
Like what?
Oh, yeah, no, that's him, yo. He really black.
Yeah, that's him.
Nah, that I know a Dominican when I see one. He's Dominican.
That's black.
Okay.
No, they said that's a different guy, bro. Hey, man, we don't know if this man black or not, bro. But look, we out. We had a good live, man. Canelo ducking Benavidez, but fuck it. I'll probably be going live.
Hey, what
again
time is
tonight.
that John Ryder fight coming on tonight?
Yeah.
For real.
You said what?
What time is that John Ryder fight coming on tonight?
11:15 Eastern time. I think 8:15 Pacific.
Hey, we can get on here and do a live tonight at that time or no? And talk about the fight.
You think I'm Dominican, bro?
Man, I don't know.
I truly believe black people can't speak
I'm gonna be
Spanish,
watching
bro.
the fight. Like I'm gonna be watching it, and I'm gonna be recording it because I'm gonna do a breakdown on Patreon. And Jay, I know I said that the band fight was coming next, but I'm gonna have to do this fight first because it's linked to the Canelo shit, and I want to see if Jaime actually got a chance to beat Canelo. Like this fight is very important. I want to see what Jaime showed me because I broke down the Canelo versus Ryder fight on Patreon as well. So the band fight gonna have to wait a little longer. I'm breaking this shit down tonight and watching this, and I'll be going live after the fight. But everybody that came up, Marcos,
What's the fight coming on? Is it?
I am black, bro.
Hold on.
It don't matter. I'm just saying, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Nah,
who
he's
brings the bar.
Dominican. He's Dominican. Don't listen to
No.
him.
I thought that
He's
nigga was Chinese for a
Dominican.
second. That nigga black.
Yeah, he's Dominican for sure. Like, come on, man.
Hey, Marcos, no matter what your nationality, race is, any of that, thanks for coming up on the live.
Yeah.
VP Blessed Up, Leo Martinez. I can't read the other. Sunday, y'all.
Appreciate you.
NBA 2K24, Zeke. Everybody, thanks for coming up and supporting. Everybody that was liking the live, thank you. We got a bunch of gifts today. If y'all have gifts, always send them. If you could tap that screen at all times, always do it. The full live replay will be available on YouTube, man. Great content. I'm out. Hey, State of Boxing, you did your thing with them gifts, man. Like, I appreciate that. That's your money. Pwn's money.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all have a good day. I'll be going live after the fight with Jaime and
What time is that
John
fight, though?
Ryder.
What
I
network?
think
Is it
Jaime
the
gonna win
Zone?
it, but they act like Jaime, he could box. He just overrated, and they trying to market him
Nah,
to be.
Jaime gonna show out. You'll see. Jaime gonna
this
show
about to
out.
be a good fight
They
tonight.
said
show out.
and you know John Ryder, he don't care about losing and shit, so he gonna be in there taking chances, boy.
What's
He
the
done
network?
already been
What network
dropped.
is it on?
Hey, so you host, you having a panel later on tonight again?
Tonight.
All
Yeah,
right,
almost every day he has one, bro. Pull up and support.
That girl coming on the Zone? Is it the Zone? What's it coming on?
Yes, sir. Shout out KJITV.
Freedom. I'm gonna be watching it on Stream East, so I'm watching it for free.
Stream East. Sports Surge.
Man, they got all the good fights on there. I've been stealing all the pay-per-view fights.
Yo, boys. If you guys need a good link, I got you guys. That doesn't even do anything.
God damn.
Let me know, okay?
There goes. Add me back, bro. Add me back on this TikTok real quick.
Oh, fuck. I'll add you back and then I'll send you the link.
Where Leo goes?
All right, send me a link, bro. Because I be
Just
stealing
message
all
me.
their pay-per-views.
It's the best one of all time. It's crazy.
Nigga, we growing now. We got body jaws now, yo. We grown.
All right, boys.
See
you guys later.
Right, bro, I'm out, yo. Before y'all fucking get y'all damn streaming services took down.
All right, I'll see y'all tonight. Thanks for having me, host.
All right, man. Peace.